All right, hello wine drinking people. Time for more of what I've had to drink yesterday. And those of you that didn't see the Vinecliff tasting come out on our email, well, it didn't go out on the email, man. We have sent so many people to visit Rob Sweeney at Vinecliff Winery in Oakville that we just have to put it on the calendar and we can sell a Vinecliff event out. And I think everyone in the room but one person had actually visited the winery. So Rob always takes care of our people, and hey, that's what happens when he comes to town. Our people take care of him. We had a great tasting. Rob sent us out a couple things special from the winery. We started out with a 2010 vintage Chardonnay, which is what we get here, the Carneros version. And, you know, this is a wine that's gotten nice scores in the Wine Spectator, 90-plus scores. And, you know, it's a big, fruity California-style Chardonnay, good amount of, you know, buttered toast, creme brulee, and some butterscotchy notes. Really rich and round on the palate. And, you know, it's kind of what everyone expects from California Chardonnay today. And it's a big Chardonnay, but not overdone. And really good. But let me tell you, the 2011, which I didn't think Rob made Chardonnay in 2011. Well, he's got a ranch in Carneros, and, you know, he said, yeah, I'm just for fun going to pick like 4 acres, and I want to make a Chardonnay that's like we used to make here, a reserve Chardonnay that's, you know, made like a Burgundy. You know, it's kept in oak, batonnage for 18 months, and that stirs it up and kind of helps protect the lees, kind of help protect the wine from being oxidized, and you get a really rich bouquet of aroma from this. This wine had a really lovely nose, very different from the regular Chardonnay. Well, they had to pick it a little earlier to get it like this. The 2010, they let those grapes hang a little later, and you know what happens? It happened in 2011, a couple weeks later, rain, rot, none of the other Chardonnay could be picked. But what he did make is a couple hundred cases of this Burgundian-style Chard that was absolutely fabulous. On the nose, this one has this lovely, flinty, minerally kind of nuance and really focused lemon citrus fruits and a honeyed character coming out after this wine had been opened. On the second day, this wine was still fantastic. Hey, on the third day, the wine was still good. And, you know, that's a sign of a wine that's going to age very well. This very rich and layered on the tongue with a good amount of those yeasty, toasty notes from the nose. A firm hand of acidity from picking that ripe, less ripe, and a fair amount of oak, but still quite balanced here. This wine, lovely tongue-tingly minerality through the finish, and I'd like to see this with 3 to 5 years from now. Most excellent stuff. Hey, we're going to be the only people in South Florida with it. We ordered 26 packs, our group tonight. Everybody, I think, at the event ordered some of this wine. And it's going to be 40 to 50 bucks, not crazy expensive. All right, the 2008 Vinecliff Napa. You know, at Vinecliff, they make 3 cabs. They make the Oakville Estate, they make the Napa, and they make the private stock. We had all 3 of these. '08 is a vintage that really shows nicely right now. You know, it's chock full of dark cherry and dark raspberry fruit, very forward and seductive, pretty floral notes, milk chocolate, a really fruity wine on the tongue with ripe brown tannins, a very drinkable, soft, velvety on the tongue with dark chocolate and sweet herbs on the finish. Excellent juice at around 60 bucks here. And then the Oakville Estate wines. We had a flight of '04, '05, '09, and 2010. For my money, the 2005 was the best wine here, but I had to go back and forth between 4 and 5. You know, 4 had a bit of an herbal, kind of minty note to it, and, you know, they didn't sort 2004. They started sorting the wine in 2005, so you get more of a pure fruit-driven bouquet to the 2005. Celia Welch made both of these wines. Rob's had some of the top consultants in California. Paul Hobbs used to work with him, and, you know, he's learned quite a bit from Philippe Melka, who's made his wine the last 4 years at Vinecliff Winery. This 2004 really had a complex bouquet here, some lovely fresh earth, dark chocolate, espresso, and big and chewy wine still on the tongue, a lot of fruit, but like I said, kind of that herbal component, minty component kind of dominated a little bit in the nose. Whereas the 2005, just this pure, ripe, rich, currant cassis berry fruit and dark chocolate, sweet herbs also, and just more rich and decadent on the palate as well. Lovely layered velvety tannins there and lots of spice, that sweet tobacco, dark chocolate, and espresso showing up on the long layered finish. Most excellent juice. Both of these wines, like I said, the '05 just kind of edged it out. 2009, a warmer year, and these wines show a lot of juicy currant, dark berry fruit, an array of that sweet tobacco, fresh plowed earth, dark cocoa, espresso, dense and rich cassis and currant berry fruit on the tongue, some black raspberry, a firm hand of tannins there as well, and dark spices, but a lot of nice acidity here also holding things together. Most excellent juice. The 2010 was a challenging year for Oakville, and they made no private stock. That's how you can tell if it was a difficult year at Vinecliff. They don't make private stock in an off vintage. It was a cool year. Some lovely black raspberry coulis-like fruit and like minty, dark cocoa notes, espresso. Really big and chewy on the tongue with a firm hand of tannins here. Still tightly wound. This 2010 needs a little bit of time. Better on the second day, and lots of spice and dark cocoa and espresso on the finish. This wine needs some time, but should come together nicely. Excellent juice. And then the wine of the night, the 2009 private stock. This started out as 18 of the oldest rows on the property, and now it's a blend of pretty much the best barrels that they have every year. And a similar nose to the 2009, but, a little bit more polished and a little bit more complex. The rich currant and dark cherry fruit there, dark cocoa, tobacco, some earth here as well. Really well proportioned and not overbearing on the tongue. Smooth, silky tannins, a long layered finish. This wine improved on the second day. Really showed why it is deemed private stock killer juice. That's what we had to drink with our friend Rob Sweeney at our Vine Cliff tasting. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.